more than $1 billion for drug cartels and violate our international sanctions, your company pays a fine and you go home and sleep in your own bed at night. Every single individual associated with this. Right? I think that's fundamentally wrong. That's not equal justice under law. That is not accountability.
No, and I don't think the bank thinks it got off easy. I really do. I don't think the bank got off easy.
So a part of the deferred prosecution agreement process is there's going to be some sort of admission by the company that they've done something wrong. And you have to understand, those are admissions that come out after an army of lawyers for HSBC negotiate as hard as they can with the department to get the language as watered down as they can. I know from experience that's the process. Good.
The following statement of facts is incorporated by reference as part of the Deferred Prosecution Agreement.
HSBC Bank USA and HSBC Holdings hereby agree and stipulate that the following information is true and accurate.
HSBC Bank USA and HSBC Holdings assert
that they are responsible for the acts of their respective officers, directors, employees, and agents as set forth in this prosecution agreement.
If this matter were to proceed to trial, the Department would prove, beyond a reasonable doubt, by admissible evidence, the facts alleged below and set forth in the criminal information attached to this agreement.
From 2006 to 2010, HSBC Bank USA violated the BSA and its implementing regulations.
Specifically, HSBC Bank USA ignored the money laundering risks associated with doing business with certain Mexican customers and failed to implement a BSA AML program that was adequate to monitor suspicious transactions.
As a result of these concurrent AML failures, at least $881 million in drug trafficking proceeds,
including proceeds of drug trafficking by the Sinaloa cartel in Mexico and the Norte del Valle cartel in Colombia,
were laundered through HSBC Bank USA without being detected.
From at least 2000 to 2006, HSBC Group knowingly and willfully engaged in conduct and practices outside the United States that caused HSBC Bank and other financial institutions located in the United States to process payments in violation of U.S. sanctions. To hide these transactions, HSBC Group affiliates altered and routed payment messages in a manner that ensured that payments involving sanctioned countries and entities cleared without difficulty through HSBC Bank USA in New York County and elsewhere. See, they admitted that everything.
it's incredible. It's an admission.
it's shocking for me to read that.
Yeah.
Well, we talked at the beginning about the fact that here in West Virginia, we might be at the epicenter of the drug problem in the entire country. We lead the nation in drug overdose deaths on a per capita basis. And so to hear that there's a bank that is enabling the Sinaloa drug cartel to move money around so that it could continue to operate and continue to push heroin from Mexico to Appalachia to northern West Virginia makes it all the more upsetting, because the government had an opportunity to do a better job of addressing this conduct, and it failed.
This conclusion of the U.S. government for me is just another proof that all this war against drug cartels is just fake, it's not real. Because if really they want to fight against them, they have to fight against the banks that help them to move the money.
Was justice done here? That's a hard question to answer.
we would never allow this kind of thing if it was a different kind of person. But because they're white people who, you know, drive nice cars and live in Connecticut or whatever it is, they get off. That's the reality. It's a completely different process. You wouldn't arrest a drug dealer and then go into a back room and craft a settlement that allowed the person to retain his home, his family, his lifestyle, his cars, all those things. But that's what they did with this case. And it formalized what everybody already knew, which was that when these companies become so systemically important that prosecuting even the individuals in them threatens to disrupt the world economy, then they're too big to jail. They're a member of a class that is not jailable.
Always been the same.
Okay, where should we start?
Je vais vous dire,
About 20 minutes.
c'est un cartel, là. Nous, on dit, c'est comme un régime communiste. Comme un régime de terreur aussi. Comme un peu la mafia. Que personne ne peut arrêter la Fédération des producteurs de sirop d'érable. Ils ont ramassé tout le sirop. On a commencé à en prendre nos droits de parole. La Fédération de nous doit beaucoup d'argent. La Fédération de nous rend criminels.
It's an insult in Canada to serve fake maple syrup on the table. It's like if you're in France, and instead of serving wine, you're serving water. Maple syrup for Quebecers is part of not only our culture, but it's running through our veins.